My book, you can find it on Amazon.com, The Harmonious Way, A Success Guide to Selecting a Compatible Mate. So, oftentimes I'll hear people, I have clients from the whole spectrum. I have clients who feel that if you go to lunch or dance with somebody of the opposite sex that you are cheating. And then I have clients who are on the other end of the spectrum who they have open marriages, swingers, and so forth. So rather than get into the rightness or wrongness of whether that is right or wrong, when I help clients, we talk about, is it appropriate, is it right for them? What matters is cheating can be conceived as or perceived as, is it cheating in our relationship? So it's up for each couple to decide whether or not cheating is, what cheating is, and what their commitment will look like. So now, as you heard me say in the book, The Harmonious Way, it's been my experience with the couples that I work with that open marriages tend to be too hard of a task for most couples. And then people want to get philosophical with me sometimes, and they'll say, well, Doc, open marriages, I don't even think it's natural for people to be monogamous. Okay, you can look at it that way. But even then, let's say I concede to your argument that it is not natural for people to be monogamous. I can even concede with that. But even if it's not natural, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right choice for you and your partner. An example would be that it may be natural for me that if I'm starving, it is natural for me to, and I see some food and I don't have any money, I just want to go get some food and I just go grab it and I eat it, even if it's not mine. That's natural for me to do that because that's a desire and I'm trying to fulfill that desire naturally. However, in our society, we have come up with an agreed norm, an agreed behavior that says you can't just go get food that's not yours and eat it. We've come up in our civilized society, through civilization, we've decided that before you can do that, you have to pay for it. So this is the agreed upon norm, the rules of how we live as a civil society. So we can have order and control. It's the same thing in our culture, that we have agreed upon norms as far as orthodox marriage is concerned, and that is that if we're going to be in this orthodox traditional marriage, our society says that includes sexual exclusivity, meaning that I'm not going to go out here and have sex with other people. Now, if that's your agreed upon norm, then there's reasons that we have this norm in our society. Because it controls civilization so that people aren't out here getting a lot of different people pregnant, which leads questions to paternity. We have the spread of disease. And so the tradition of monogamy has evolved out of these concerns where society has tried to get control over these situations so that we can get along better, have more peace, and not a lot of conflict. And so the societies that have developed this monogamy as a standard, it came out of a necessity to be able to control and have less conflict. So again, rather than getting in the rightness or wrongness of it, it's just an evolution of how we've come about with trying to get to live more effectively as a society. And so even if we say monogamy is not natural, it is the agreed upon orthodox behavior that we've decided to live in. Just as we've decided that if you want food, you have to pay for it. So regardless of whether it's natural or not, we have to decide how we're going to be, and in our agreement between my partner and I, but also how we're going to be in our society. And that's not for me to decide. That's up for you to decide how you want to do that, or anybody else to decide. But the current norm in our culture is through marriage, an orthodox marriage, meaning monogamy. Now, if you decide that you don't want to do that and you want to open up your marriage, beware, because I have had people who have come here and who are having issues with it. At first, see, again, as I said in the book, the open marriage is very attractive because it's beautiful, it's utopian, it sounds like the best of both worlds. But just like communism is a beautiful thing on paper, oftentimes in reality it has proven not to be able to work. And so we need to understand that monogamy has its value in trying to make society go along better. But if you choose to do open marriages, fine, go ahead with that. But understand that you, again, as I said in the book, you're on thin ice, because the human being, as you may think you might be able to handle that, but as far as what the actual human being can handle, as far as jealousy and the emotions and the feelings that occur when you start doing this behavior, you can be opening up a Pandora's box, or a box of worms, just chaos and a lot of confusion and emotions. And I've seen it in my practice. I've seen couples who thought that they could handle it, they did it, but then it actually, one or both people regret that they made that decision, because it ruined their relationship. And so just my perspective on the whole thing, as far as, is monogamy natural, and should you open up your marriage? It's your choice. But I would just say, if you do, beware. Beware. It may seem to be attractive, but all that glitters is not gold. All right? So thank you very much. Check out my website, blacklovedoctor.com. Please share this video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm new to this, so please subscribe. And order my book. You can find it on Amazon.com. It's called The Harmonious Way, A Success Guide to Selecting a Compatible Mate. The newly revised version is The Harmonious Way, Find True Love and Marriage by Playing Your True Note. So check it out, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye.